Personal placements are an opportunity really for our service users to complete an order of unpaid work that they might have got from the court. Personal placements are often much more community-based placements that are organisations that are already there within the community doing work that already exist, that we are then able to place clients with to support them with their goals and also provide our clients with an opportunity to undertake unpaid work that's supporting the local community and supporting these organisations with their goals as well.
So Chloe, I cannot believe this is your sign-off meeting. I mean, it's as if you came here yesterday and here we are already talking about you leaving us.
My name is Michael McCourt and I am the manager of Helmsley Community Hall. Personal placements, I've been trying to sort of think about how long the centre has been doing that. I could probably go back maybe 15 years, maybe a wee bit more than that. And I can remember when I was first approached in connection with personal placements, and I just always felt that, you know, certain sort of attitudes are towards individuals that are maybe looking for to work their hours because they've committed maybe a crime. But my sort of view was a bit different because I come from a background of, and I'm pretty open about it, that I done a long-term prison sentence. I came into this environment, into this building 32 years ago as someone who just finished a long-term prison sentence, and a volunteer management committee gave me a chance, you know, and I started as a volunteer in this building, and I've been here ever since.
We've been doing personal placements now for just about 3 years. We have been taking people for community payback orders, and 98% of the time it's been really, really successful. We've been very, very lucky actually with the people that we've been given, and I think that's a credit also to the criminal justice workers, because when they get to know your service and they get to know the needs of your service, then they handpick the people that they find the people that are suited to your service. It's a very organised and structured thing, and to me it benefits everybody as far as I'm concerned.
I can't believe I've actually finished it, to be honest with you. When I think back, like, the person that I walked in that isn't the same person that I'm leaving.
A year before I even came here, I was already out doing homeless help through the Halliday Foundation. I really enjoyed that. That was a big eye-opener, and that really helped me with my troubles and my case that was going on. So when I came here, I already knew a few of them. My mum's friends with a few of them, so I already had a warm welcome. It was a really good experience. Ever since I've been here, it's been great. It's been the best thing I've ever done. And that's when I first came down here 3 years ago. I got 250 hours community service. I finished that within less than a year. I'll be doing 2 shifts a week. Most of the boys get it done. And it's not just about, well, this charity, it's we gain back, and that's the best thing about it, is we gain back. That's why I would come back.
They're protective of personal placements in respect of, we wouldn't just send anybody there. You know, I mean, we've got every person who's on an order has an identified worker who's responsible for that order and for managing that and for assessing it. And we would obviously look at the person's offence and nature of that, etc., before we even considered approaching a personal placement. And within that as well, what we look to do and what we do, I think, very well is build relationships with personal placement.
The process that I've always followed is that speak to social worker or the key worker, arrange a meeting with the key worker, but insist that the individual is also with the key worker, and we have a pretty open and frank discussion about what the crime is, first and foremost, and a decision needs to be made at that point if the crime is serious, which we've never been in that position, to be fair.
And we built all these up from scratch and planted these are daffodils, and then there's some leeks there as well.
When I started, I was quite anxious, like. I thought I was going to be walked in and just get judged and put down, and people have took me for face value. I've been encouraged and supported, and I feel like I can go and speak to anybody about anything. I've learnt a lot. I feel like I've got skills that I didn't really know that I had before. I've just pure loved it, to be honest with you.
My name's Sandy Busby. I'm the Senior Officer of the Yoker Resource Centre. It's really about listening to people, being accountable to people. Everybody's got a skill, everybody's got this. It's about finding what is there within that person and then nurturing it. And working towards a community which had a better lifestyle and better opportunities.
Also really diverse things, you know, we've had like local sort of fitness things that have set up where we've maybe had somebody come through the courts who's been given an order of unpaid work that has some sort of specific training, you know, and they've been able to go, and we'd one where they were providing classes for people. We've had others that are maybe helping people with financial advice, others that are providing, as I say, health and well-being in a local community or counselling in a local community.
From, you know, being out in the van doing deliveries or pickups, working in the warehouse, sorting out donations that come in, so, you know, like clothing and shoes, household goods, toys, stuff like that, to checking equipment over. If we get a cot donated, it has to be built and dismantled again to make sure it's all in good working order, it's safe. The same with household furniture, electrics, you know, that we've had electricians who have come to do their placements with us, and that's handy because they can then pat test everything, all the electrics that come in, and so that there's something kind of to suit everybody.
The more I got talking to you about, you know, just the understanding that you just needed a bit of a break, you just needed a bit of an opportunity here.
It was just like a big family, and they supported me from start to finish, and it's just went for there. It's like one big happy family in here, and we just all got on so well. And I spoke to them about my mental health side of it as well, and they were so supportive and so helpful to get me where I am today, because 4 years ago I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Helensleigh. My attitude was put my head down, just go on with what I've got to do. When I came here, it was no, your head's up, we all make mistakes, everybody's entitled to make a mistake in life. People don't realise nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors. Nobody knows what happens with anybody in life. They just think, oh, they have a big, fabulous, great life and they're this, they're that. Nobody knows. And what people have got to remember is be kind, because people deserve a chance in life to move on.
The work that you've done in the area, you know, outside and inside with the murals, I mean, that's another story altogether, but the community response, now that area, the community garden and the back courts that you've worked on, I mean, they are so different, they are so lovely, and it's really nice to hear the local residents kind of feeding back how much they want to take care of these spaces that you guys have actually worked to make look fabulous.
My name's Pat Clark. I'm the founder member who opened Gates. I've got a passion for them to break that cycle, that genuine passion. So basically that's my vision for them is to get, and also my vision and offer is to see them all going to hear a certificate. And I love it, give them a PAT testing certificate, a CSCS card, you know, or put them a scaffolding course. So although they're coming in and doing work for us to keep us operational, they're learning something, and sometimes it clicks with them. So I have seen a lot of changes in quite, I mean, Paul, the big boy Paul, he was a community payback. He's now my logistics manager. I'll brush off with that now. He's brilliant.
I mean, look, they've noticed that we're taking that wee bit extra care of it, and I've enjoyed it, the outdoor work, and I really enjoyed the mural as well.
It gives me, I've been 50 years at this game and I'm still enthusiastic about it, and at the end of the day it gives me a great deal to say Ken, rather than, you know, it's about achieving that in the community. I live in this community as well, which is a bonus. It can have its fondness, but it's a bonus as well. So you get respect for what you're doing.
There's a lot of people out there that need help, support, and now I also do more community work, more volunteer work within my own community as well as Helensleigh.
That's got to be beneficial to the community, that people are turning that corner and they're seeing that there is another way you know. If you don't characterise them and say you are a criminal and you're going to be a criminal for the rest of your days and that's all I'm ever going to see you as, that's what they're faced with in reality. But here they don't get that. They get treated just like everybody else. They're just a human who comes to volunteer and do their time, and it's really helpful, you know. So I think that is beneficial to the community because it's kind of lessening the crime rate in terms of people reoffending.
In terms of anybody that was interested in signing up for a personal placement, I mean, simply just say, just get in touch. You know, just talk to us. It would be very much something that we would look to tailor with you. You know, obviously we've got legislation in place. There are obviously very, you know, there's fixed requirements by the Scottish Government about what unpaid work is. You know, it's not, we have to fit within that. But as I say, we're willing to be open-minded, creative, flexible around that, and be supportive of any placement as required. And obviously as well, if there was any anxiety about, you know, taking on somebody who's been convicted of an offence, you know, if that caused a worry or for any reason, then again, just speak to us, you know, just come and speak to ourselves, and by all means, if you're wanting to, we can link you in with other personal placements that we have worked with. And I say that across Glasgow, there are many, you know, in all different areas of the city, doing all forms of different things, you know, and they're run by all forms of different people, you know, who've got different roles in our society, and they have come back to us and have worked with us now, many of them, for years, and I would hope that they would say it's a really collaborative experience and it's been a positive experience for them. And I think if you are sort of looking to develop your community, or you're looking to get involved in your local community, or do something that's meaningful to support people in your local community, then personal placements are an excellent avenue for that.